everyone. Today I am in the Rural Gardens and Brian is hanging out. He's planting some trees, planting some of the trees and the plants that we got at open house a few weeks ago. And I just thought, why not share some of my favorite trees in the yard? I know you guys always get to hear about Brian's, but maybe not mine. So anyway, I just thought I'd share a few of my top favorite trees in the Rural Gardens. Now I am a huge fan of the reticulated cultivars. I don't know what it is, something about the veining within it. And I love variegation. I mean, what's not to love about multiple leaf colors? And I have a very soft spot for the Ghost series. So you know, one, maybe two of those are gonna be in my favorite collection, but I wanna start off with Adney. And Adney is not part of the Ghost series. However, it has some of the most beautiful spring colors, and it just adds a pop in the garden. And it has more of, in my opinion, like a more peachy pink salmon color to it. And the reticulation is just spot on. So let me show you this tree. All right, so just look at these colors. I mean, you can't go wrong with the tree that is producing, you know, vibrant blushes of pink. I don't know, the camera kind of makes it look a little orangey. It's not very orange though when you're actually up on it. But anyway, let me see. I mean, look at the reticulation in these, in the veinings. The green veinings just pop out with that color. I believe it gets 8 to 10 feet in like 10 to 15 years. So not a very huge cultivar, but a great addition to the garden. And from what I read, it looks like it was produced or presented from a nursery in Holland, so that's kind of cool. But anyways, Adney is definitely one of my favorites of the yard. Okay, so moving right along, I also have a tendency, other than like the reticulated cultivars, I absolutely love to find Japanese maples that have like a unique name to it. And one of the ones that I love the most is called ETS Pumpkin. Now it has been kind of late to the show this spring, so the leaves aren't fully leafed out, but it is showing some beautiful bronzing oranges colors as it's popped out this spring. So let me show you what it looks like. So as you can see, there is definitely some bronzing mixed in with that green. I also love when these trees are leafing out, they look super hairy. And I like to get those images when they are popping out. But anyway, ETS Pumpkin has definitely been one of my top favorites. We had one in Oklahoma. Most of the ones that I'm going to show you we actually had in Oklahoma, so of course I had to replace them. All right, so ETS Pumpkin is going to actually reach probably 15 feet within 20 years. So it is maybe more of the taller upright ones, I guess. And maybe I'm wrong. Like I said, I am not a guru when it comes to these. Brian definitely has more knowledge and education around Japanese maples, but definitely an awesome addition to any collection, and I just love it. And it does not disappoint in the fall. So the fall is actually going to have some really bright, brilliant oranges with some flushes of red. So this is going to be a showstopper in the fall. So I definitely recommend having one in your garden. Okay, so it would not be Francis's favorite list if it didn't incorporate some Ghost series. So my all-time favorite Japanese maple is the Purple Ghost. And it was one of the very first ones that I actually picked out in our Oklahoma garden. And the coloration on that in the very start of spring just extremely pops. Like, it has a very deep burgundy purple color to it. The reticulation in it is amazing, and just a magnificent specimen to have in your garden. So let me show you a little bit of this one. All right, so it is a little shady over here in this part of the garden right now, so I don't know if it'll show up very well, but look at the deep dark color on this. Now, purple is one of my favorite colors, and although it's not like true purple, it definitely has that burgundy purple haze to it, and the dark reticulated veinings that are in it just make this outstanding. So anyway, definitely one of my top favorite. I mean, look at that. What's not to love about that leaf right there? And as this grows taller and taller, it only gets about 8 to 10 feet over the length of like 10 years. So it's not going to, you know, take up too much room in the garden, but it is definitely going to add an amazing splash of color. All right, moving right along. So within this little section of our garden, I have 3 ghosts, and we will be adding Grandma Ghost probably today, if he hasn't already added it. No, I think it's gonna go right here. So anyway, next on the list of my favorites is Amber Ghost. So again, along with the Ghost series, that reticulated leaf structure, sorry for the noise in the background, it just displays a very lime green with really like soft pinks on top. A lot of it kind of reminds me of peaches and cream, but the variegation, or this reticulation in this, and the serrated leaves, I think that's what it's called, just make this look extremely unique. So let me show you what it's looking like right now. All right, so again, it's really shady over here, so it's not, you know, the perfect light on it, but you can just see the difference between the purple ghost and the amber ghost, and the colors that come out on this. You know, whenever it's first flushing out, it's more pink, and then it kind of goes to a whitish green. I think they sometimes refer that to like a buttery yellow, maybe, I don't know, but you can't beat the color on this one as well, you know, and it just kind of looks like ghostly fingers. It's really cool. But anyway, Amber Ghost is definitely another top, and I mean, look at the contrast between Amber Ghost and Purple Ghost back there. You know, you have that very bright dark purple burgundy color, contrasting with this lighter pink, lighter yellowish green color. So again, as these continue to grow and shoot off new growth and get bigger, these two are just going to pop next to each other. All right, so the last one in this section that I'm going to show you is Uncle Ghost. So this one was probably one of the last Ghost series that I added to our Oklahoma garden, and was really sad that I didn't get to watch it, but we have another one now in the rural gardens here in Western North Carolina, and it is doing amazing, and I just can't wait to, you know, enjoy watching these grow and just seeing the addition that it's going to add to the landscape. But let me show you what this one is doing this spring. All right, so this one is definitely more pink. Again, it's got that reticulation going on in it. I do apologize for the lighting. It is very shady over here, but that's what these trees want. They want a ton of shade. And the more shade you're able to give them, generally the better color you're going to get. But it's just really cool what these add to the landscape. Just beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to talk about a couple more. One of the trees in the yard that I honestly don't hear enough people talking about on the maple groups which I am connected to several along with Brian. I know I don't necessarily participate in the groups, but I definitely love seeing all the pictures, and I love seeing everyone hype each other up and just enable one another with these trees, because it's just an awesome hobby to have. Who wouldn't love adding all of this beauty to their yard? But one of the ones that I think needs more and more attention is, it's a shanum. I'm probably saying that wrong, but anyway, it's Acer shanum Bronze Age. And I believe this one was introduced by Talon Buchholz, and it only gets like 8 to 10 feet tall within 10 years. But the colors that come out on this in the early spring is just super bronze with like almost a lime green veining within it, which just makes it pop that much more. And then in the fall, you have a tendency to get a range of colors from yellow to orange to red. So this is definitely one of my favorites in the yard. Again, we had one in Oklahoma, so I was thrilled when Brian actually brought this home. But anyway, let me show you what this thing is looking like right now. I mean, look at the veining in that. You know, and the lobes go all the way back down to the stem, which creates almost a feathery style in a sense. But it is absolutely beautiful, and it definitely adds, you know, a unique color and texture to the garden. So you can see why it's one of my favorites, and I definitely think that there needs to be more talk about the Bronze Age. It is beautiful. And we have, this is probably a good 5 feet tall. So it's a really nice addition. It's right here at the end of my vegetable garden. Don't pay it any attention. I am currently trying to get it cleaned up and ready for the year, but anyway, could not do a Francis's top favorite without adding Acer shanum Bronze Age. Wow, look at that. All right, guys, so I'm gonna wrap it up. Again, like I said, one of the qualifications, I guess, for picking out a tree are unique names and characteristics to the tree itself. And who doesn't love Usugumo? Usugumo is also called Batwing, and this leaf structure is so unique. Probably one of the most unique in the garden, with the exception of like your macawa types. You know, those leaf structures are very cool and unique in themselves, but this one just adds such a different dynamic and structure that I honestly think everyone should have one in their garden. But anyway, let me show you what I'm talking about. So you can see what I'm talking about. I mean, that batwing structure, the back part of these leaves are that buttery lime green yellow with splotches of green in it. But then you have some leaves that almost have like a pink edging to it. And that's one thing that I really enjoy about all of these different Japanese maples, is even though it might, you know, supposed to be a certain way, some of these cultivars can have some extremely unique colorations going on them. And as you all know, that's the things that they're looking for when they're producing these different trees. So I like going in. I mean, sometimes I even just go up and touch a tree and feel it, and it's just, you know, getting close to nature that I love, and really becoming one with our garden. And I think that just helps them thrive even more. But anyway, I could not go without mentioning Usugumo, also known as Batwing. All right, guys. Well, those are some of my favorite trees that we currently have in the rural gardens. Hope you enjoyed hearing what I liked about them. Again, it's not like the scientific meanings behind everything, but sometimes you don't have to have that. It's just the pure love for finding something that really stands out to you. I absolutely enjoy going through greenhouses at different gardens or nurseries and really looking for the structure. The structure, the name, all of those resonate with me, and I get just as much out of it as Brian does. But anyway, I just wanted to hop on, share a few of my favorites that are in the garden. Thank you for tagging along. If you're still here, thank you. And I appreciate you watching. We appreciate all of the activity that's going on with our channel right now. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers. So if you are liking what you're hearing and what you're seeing, please give us a thumbs up, give us a subscribe, and share with your friends, and just help us get our channel out there. So anyway, until next time, God bless.